Today we have a very special guest from Dakshin Vrindavan. They rescue cows and bulls, and they manage and maintain a cow shelter. So welcome, Ashwin. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm good. Thank you so much for the warm welcome.
It's my pleasure. Ashwin, can you just tell us a little bit about Dakshin Vrindavan?
Dakshin Vrindavan is a charitable trust which is actually registered in India. And the whole purpose of Dakshin Vrindavan is to maintain abandoned cows, bulls, retired oxen, and orphaned cows. And we also rescue cows from slaughterhouses and other precarious conditions. We provide medical attention, nutritious food, clean water, and lifetime accommodation for all these cows which we actually rescue from the slaughterhouses. And at present, we host a herd of about 160, and we hope to expand our activities soon. We have five trustees now who actually form the trust of this particular Dakshin Vrindavan Trust.
Uh-huh.
Now, I myself am one of the trustees. I'm Ashwin. Okay, I'm a lawyer and I'm a professor. I'm based out of Bangalore. And we have another person by name Shankar Ramavarma. He is a member of the Cochin royal family.
Okay.
And he's a software engineer.
Mm-hmm.
And we have another lady by name Kanchana Hariharan, who's actually an industrialist in Bangalore.
Mm-hmm.
And we have Deepak Shankar, who's actually working in Microsoft and lives in the US.
Okay.
We have another person by name Prakash Srinivasan. So they are the trustees of Dakshin Vrindavan.
And when this was started?
We started this in 2013.
And what was your motivation? How did you think to start this?
We didn't plan it at all. It was never planned by us. Right? It was a spontaneous start. Right? So
Uh-huh.
it's a very interesting story behind our the whole advent of Dakshin Vrindavan.
Uh-huh.
So, there was a small dairy farm near my native place.
Mm-hmm.
And I used to feed bananas and jaggery to the cows to that particular farm.
Mm-hmm.
It was a commercial dairy farm.
Mm-hmm.
And one day when I remember this was in 2013 when I was in my final year of law. When I went there to feed these cows bananas and jaggery, I heard that the particular farmer is actually negotiating the sale of a bull calf to a butcher.
Mm-hmm.
And I was very sad thinking about the fate of the extremely happy bull, who was jumping and playing around here. I had a look around and I saw a huge photograph of Lord Shiva decorated with lamps and flowers,
Mm-hmm.
clearly indicated the completion of puja by the owner. Now I went ahead and spoke with the owner. I asked him, so, do you worship Shiva? And he said yes. And I asked him, and you are sending this vehicle, Nandi, to be slaughtered. It doesn't make any sense to me.
Right.
What's the pointing in worshipping Shiva if you are slaughtering his vehicle, Nandi?
Uh-huh.
You can't separate Shiva with Nandi. The
True.
moment you enter into any Shiva temple, you see Nandi.
Nandi, right.
Only then you will be seeing Shiva.
Uh-huh.
Right. So he told me it's not like that. He said that he can't take care of bulls which are useless for him. There's no
Yeah.
productivity attached to a bull.
He was a dairy farmer.
Yeah, for a dairy farmer.
Yeah.
For any farmer, as of today, because no farmer, it's very rare for a farmer to use bullock carts or bullock plows and so on.
Yeah, moreover, they use tractor nowadays.
Yeah, it has been replaced by tractors.
Uh-huh.
So I just told him, with this act, we have just booked a first class seat in the hell.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So by the act of sending Nandi to slaughterhouse. So
Hmm.
he asked me something. He told me, well, if you can take the calf, please go ahead and take the calf. You don't have to. I'll give it to you free, of course. Please take it.
Mm.
I paused. Right? I
Right.
didn't expect this at all.
Uh-huh.
I was not expecting this. I was there to reform this mind. That was my intention.
Right.
Heroic intention. So, I clearly remember asking myself back then, am I ready to commit myself to this bull for the rest of his life?
Yeah.
Because taking of this bull would mean 20 years of commitment,
Right.
which is about 1/3 of my life.
Mm.
Hey.
Yeah.
So I remember, I was asking myself this question. But seeing the innocent, liquid eyes of the young bull calf, I was very sure of what I should be doing.
Yeah.
I took him in at Dakshin Vrindavan was born.
Oh, nice.
And so this is how we started it. This is our first rescue, and this particular bull calf was extremely white in color. It was very fair,
Uh-huh.
white in color.
Uh-huh.
And he was resembling the color of Lord Balrama, the
Uh-huh.
elder brother of Krishna, as
Krishna.
mentioned in
Uh-huh.
the scriptures.
Yeah.
So we named this particular bull Balram.
Oh,
We
nice.
started. That's how we started Dakshin Vrindavan. It was never planned at all.
Oh,
This is
okay.
what people say, right? It's not that we planned to do it. It's not that I wanted to start a shelter for cows, and that's how I started Dakshin Vrindavan.
Uh-huh.
It is a supreme lord who wanted to
Who
start it.
wanted
He
to?
wanted me to start it Dakshin
So,
Vrindavan. That's how it happened.
so he made you a medium to do this noble job.
I agree. I consider myself as a manager or a caretaker of this Goshala.
Right.
The owner of the Goshala is the Supreme Lord himself.
Definitely. Definitely. So, once you, as you told the story, I understand that was not your intention to start, but this is how it happened, right? So this was just one calf. So how from 1 to 160 did it happen? Like what motivated you to do that, and like how did you started rescuing and helping and rescuing more cows?
Yes. Now the second rescue is the turning point of the whole story. We had no intention to expand as well.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the second rescue was the rescue of a small cow calf by name Sita Lakshmi.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Sita Lakshmi was actually just 2 months old when we rescued her.
Mm.
She was tied up in a slaughterhouse in Madurai, and we had been to Madurai for a pilgrimage.
Okay.
And there's a huge temple of Lord Vishnu, they call us Naragal,
Mm.
quite famous temple.
Mm.
So we had been to a pilgrimage there, and there we saw, near that particular temple, we saw a slaughterhouse where a particular bull calf has been, this particular Sita Lakshmi cow calf has been tied up to be slaughtered.
Mm.
So I went ahead, I was negotiating with the farmer,
Mm.
and I was asking him, like, why are you doing it? He said that's his job. You
Mm.
need to do it.
Mm.
Then that's when I asked him, like, so, okay, please give us a particular calf to me.
Mm.
He'll pay whatever enumeration we have to do.
Mm.
And finally, he fixed upon a price, and we paid the cost, and we took the particular cow calf, Sita Lakshmi. So
Oh.
we were actually traveling in an SUV. So we
Uh-huh.
put up all our luggage above the vehicle, and we placed her comfortably in the back seat of the car, and we drove back home.
Right.
That's how we said that. Then after that, we actually thought, okay, listen, this is something quite serious. So we have to raise upon to people who want their cows to be slaughtered. And we'll actually go ahead and we'll actually rescue those cows.
Right.
And we give an open offer, open declaration that for any farmer who want to give up their particular cow or a bull or any calf
Mm-hmm.
for that matter,
Mm-hmm.
we'll be ready to take care of that particular cow until their natural death.
Oh, okay. Very
We
nice.
gave an offer. We spread it through social media, and that's how we started it.
Okay.
And then there are many volunteers, various organizations
Uh-huh.
who actually rescue cows from slaughterhouses. But once they rescue, they have no idea what to do with it. So rescue is only a beginning,
Uh-huh.
right? You
Yes.
have a clear plan as to how you have to actually you're going to protect a particular cow. After that, if you don't have a plan, there is no pointing in rescue.
That's true. That's true.
So we are actually acting as the host for these particular cows. So there are volunteers who rescue cows from slaughterhouses, illegal transporters, so on and
Uh-huh.
so forth.
Okay.
Those cows, we take them in and we provide them with lifetime accommodation, medicinal care.
Okay, so what is the cost of maintenance and food for this for the cows, the entire shelter?
It takes about 100 rupees to maintain one cow for a day.
Okay.
So, yeah, including her food.
Okay.
Food and labor and everything together. About
Okay.
100 rupees, roughly.
So that's 16,000 rupees every day.
Yes, 16,000 rupees every day. Every day. That's the cost of maintaining them.
Wow.
Cows are really voracious eaters.
Yeah. Yeah.
They consume about 30 to 40 kilograms of grain grass easily.
Wow. That's a lot of money.
Of course.
And so how do you get the funds? Do like people donate, or do you like produce milk or breed, or how do you get the money?
We don't breed cows here. The Dakshin Vrindavan never breeds cows.
Mm-hmm.
But the thing is that, so when you don't breed cows, you don't have milk. So that's the connection. But then I'll tell you why we don't breed the cows.
Uh-huh.
Right. First of all, the cows which actually we get are either old or sick or have some problem. And that's the only reason why they end up here, basically.
Right.
And now, the second of all, what happens is that, when I breed a cow, I want to get more cows.
Yeah. Uh-huh.
And then, given an option, I would rather take up one more cow from the slaughterhouse or from the street
Uh-huh.
than increasing the mouths to feed inside the gojala.
Right.
Right? So I take more cows from slaughterhouses
Mm-hmm.
rather than breeding cows here and increasing the mouths to feed.
Mm.
So that's the reason we don't breed the cows. Of course, there have been accidental pregnancies.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from that, we don't at all breed the cows. That's one point. And we have the only product of cows which we take is a cow dung,
Okay.
which we actually give to a farmer
Uh-huh.
who actually grows grass with this particular cow dung and gives us the green grass for feeding these cows again
Okay.
in a subsidized cost.
Oh, nice.
So which means that I ensure that the cows get organic sweet grass, green grass.
Right. Right.
So I have an option of consuming or buying organic food from the supermarkets in Bangalore.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh.
I believe that the cows should also have the same children. So there's
Right.
no point in saving the cow from slaughterhouse
Mm-hmm.
and then feeding her with poison.
True.
The food infested with fertilizers and
Right.
pesticides. So
Right.
we ensure that the cows get organic food, green grass.
Okay.
And the only way which we are able to maintain these cows is through adoption program as well as from donations with public. Essentially.
Okay. So.
Now, Dakshin Vrindavan purely runs on donations,
Mm-hmm.
100%.
Mm-hmm.
Now here what happens is that we actually allow people to sponsor for a day's food.
Okay.
And by which people, any individual, any person can choose a day. Maybe it's a random day, or maybe it's her birthday, or a wedding day, or in remembrance of a departed soul, or anything.
Mm-hmm.
And they can choose to feed the cows of our goshala.
Mm.
Right? So, they donate the money, and at the end of the day, we actually take a video of the cows enjoying the green grass, and we upload it to the social media so that they can see,
Right.
that their donation have been, utilized properly.
Right. Right. Okay.
And, so we have another program called as an adoption program.
Huh.
Right? So at least in India, about 30 to 35 years back, every single house had a cow minimum.
Right.
So human beings had a very strong relationship with cows.
Hmm.
Right? If there is a person who is sick in the house, the cows would shed tears.
Yeah. True.
Right? And so we want to really re-establish that connection between humans and cows,
Hmm.
for which I have made a unique program called as an adoption program.
Okay.
In which devotees or any person can choose any of our residents, cows or bulls or cows, and they can adopt that particular cow or bull. Right? And now, the adoption would mean that the cow remains with us. We don't give it outside.
Okay.
The cow remains with us, and we just pay for the upkeep of that particular cow,
Right. Okay.
which comes to about 100 rupees per day. So they pay on a yearly basis,
Mm-hmm.
and it's basically their cow, and
Mhm.
we maintain it. So, anyone who's actually living in a city, they would definitely want to have a cow, but it's impossible.
Right.
If
True.
they want to have it, they cruelty to keep cows in cities.
Yeah. Yeah.
Now,
Yeah.
So in this situation, the cows, they would have cow with us, in their own family.
Right.
And the cow stays, and they can come and stay. And we keep sending the pictures of the cow at least once in 15 days.
Uh-huh.
And they can come and stay with our gosha. It's a small place where they can stay. And they get to get connected with the cows, right?
Right.
So they come, they spend time with the cows, they brush the cows, they play with the cows,
Mm-hmm.
they cuddle the cows. So this lost connection of cows and humans is what we are trying to establish here.
That's great.
Trying to bring back.
Okay. Cool. So to all our listeners, these guys do a great job, and there's a link in below down in the description. Please hit the link and please step forward and try to donate whatever you can and help these guys. And all places you rescue cow from.
Yeah, it's random, but predominantly it is South India.
Okay.
We rescue cows from Karnataka, Andhra Pradesh, Kerala, and Tamil Nadu.
Okay, and you rescue them from illegal slaughterhouses, smugglers.
You're asking me about that? Yes. So there are volunteers who actually rescue cows from slaughterhouses,
Okay.
right? And they also rescue cows from illegal transporters.
Uh-huh.
You should know that there is a strict ban on cow slaughter in majority of Indian states.
Yes, it is.
So yeah. So then what happens is that when there is a violation, the cows are caught. But then once the cows are caught, or when the illegal happening, illegal slaughter or a slaughterhouse or illegal transportation of cows is actually detected,
Mm-hmm.
and once the case is filed, the rescuers don't have an idea what to do with the cow after that. The rescue of the cow doesn't stop, once you rescue from slaughterhouses.
Uh-huh.
She has to be maintained until her natural death.
Right.
That's where Dakshin Vrindavan step in,
Okay.
offer these volunteers that listen, we will actually take care of the responsibility of the cow till their natural death.
Okay. So,
And then we admit the particular cow and we
okay.
give them lifetime accommodation.
So there's illegal slaughterhouses that you're saying, and illegal transporters. So these people, how do they get this? These people get it, they buy it or they steal it. How do they get it?
Most often it is actually stolen
So they just steal it from the poor farmers.
from the farmers and also from the streets.
Oh, when they are just on the street, they just steal it.
Yeah. Yes.
Oh wow. So
They also steal from goshalas as well.
really,
We have seen instances where they break open the gate. That's a place where lots of cows.
lots of cows are there. Oh wow, yeah.
Yeah, so they break open the gates of goshalas and they try to steal the cows. And they have stolen as well from various places. Hopefully, Dakshin Vrindavan has a good system. Nothing of that sort has happened here because we have an excellent security system here.
Great, great. So when you rescue the cows, what condition are they? Like, I'm pretty sure they when these illegal slaughterhouses or like people, the smugglers, do not treat them right. Definitely not.
Not at all. Not at all. The cruelty which is actually bestowed to these cows are unimaginable. We have seen in 2014, let me explain you with an example.
Mm-hmm.
In 2014, we rescued about 11 cows from a slaughterhouse near Bangalore. And
Mm-hmm.
when we actually rescued the cows, we found that chilies and tobacco have been inserted to the eyes and to the vagina of the cow.
Oh my God.
I have a picture of it. I have taken the picture of that particular incident. Well, we never knew about this cruelty.
Yeah.
Upon inquiry, we learned that the transporters actually transport the cows in a thickly packed vehicle. Well, obviously, the more cows they transport in one truck, the more profit they get.
Right. Uh-huh.
So when they transport the cows in a thickly packed vehicle, there is every chance that any of these cows actually sleep. They might sit down and they might sleep, or they might just lie down for a nap or something. And this is when the other cows might stamp on the particular cow and the cow will die.
Oh my God.
To prevent that, to prevent this whole aspect of cows falling asleep, they actually insert chilies to their eyes so that they get irritated and they don't sleep. They can't rest properly.
That's ridiculous.
It is ridiculous. And in a few of the cows where we have actually rescued, we have seen, lifelong damage which these butchers have given to these cows. Many of these cows go blind, and we owe some cows like that.
Oh my God.
The cruelty is unimaginable. And I remember when we rescued one of the cows in Bangalore. The rescue was quite strange. The butchers tried to steal a street cow, and they broke her legs to start with iron rods,
Oh my
that
God.
she can't run away.
This is crazy.
And the poor cow, she fractured her legs. And by the time some passerbys in the night time they saw the cow, and they started to alert the police, and it was a huge thing. And they had no idea what to do with the cow. And that's when we stepped in and we took the responsibility of the cow. And the cow, she still lives with us. She lives. She broke her leg. Right? And we had one cow whose leg is amputated because of this.
Oh my God. This is insane. Insane. Inhumane. Insane acts. So, how easy or difficult or challenging would you say to do this entire thing on this running this project is?
See, one of the most important challenges that we have faced is difficulties which we have faced is that to give them the proper food, right, to feed them. That is one of the most difficult challenges which we are facing.
Mm-hmm.
The reason is that it's not so easy to maintain cows. As you can see, 16,000 per day. It's really it's a lot of money,
Mm-hmm.
right? And this maintenance of cows have been one of the difficult tasks which we have seen. But thankfully, we are actually getting support from people, and we try to get support from people where they can come and sponsor this cow. That is one aspect where you have extreme difficulty just to maintain them.
Mm-hmm.
But many of them we have had a dilemma. What if we don't have money to feed them for the next day? Right?
Yeah,
We will have
yeah,
a very painful death.
yeah.
And I would rather prefer her to die in slaughterhouse than bringing her here and starving to death.
Right, right.
Right? Slaughterhouse, she dies in one stroke. And
Yeah,
here she'll have a painful death. So
yeah.
this is one of the most important challenges at which we have. And apart from that, India lacks a lack of proper medical facilities for cows.
Yeah, that is
I'm
true.
not sure how things. Yeah, I'm not sure how things are in the West, but here I know that there is a huge scarcity of proper infrastructure for the cows.
Over here.
Most of the veterinarians,
Uh-huh.
infrastructure for the treatment of the cows.
Okay.
Right? Most veterinarians, by the way,
Uh-huh.
choose this particular branch of career by chance, and most often not by choice.
Okay.
Right? They don't get into the normal MBBS course or general medicine.
Right. So they do not have other option. They choose this.
And as such, we find that the passion of treating cows is actually missing.
That's
The
true.
passion of treating animals is missing.
Mm-hmm.
Point number one.
Mm-hmm.
And point number two is that now the rapid urbanization which is happening in the country
Hmm.
is actually creating a class of veterinarians who are expert in dogs and cats but have no idea about cows.
Yeah, exactly. Because like a lot of people are loving to have like their pets as dogs and cats. It's much more like here in US. It is much more like people are having cats, dog, other kind of pets, not majorly like cows. I mean, people do have cows unless I mean if they live on countryside or something. But it is becoming a trend in India, which is sad because cows are like cultural and religious. It's a part of our life. It is not only a pet for you.
Absolutely. And hello.
Yeah.
Yeah. And not just that actually, here they know that treating of cow would mean very less money. And because the cows are basically owned by farmers, right?
Right.
Or someone, and most often the farmers, when they
Mm-hmm.
know that there is no point in actually treating a cow, or if it is a huge expense, the farmer would actually sell it to be slaughtered than treating her.
Right. That
So
is,
here what happens is that the whole aspect or the expertise of veterinarians in treating the cows is very poor here in India.
which is sad.
Which is really sad, really sad. See, for example, I'll just give you an example. There are many dogs and cats hospital where you can leave the dog or cat there
Yes,
and you pay for it.
that's true.
They get admitted.
Uh-huh.
You can have a very good treatment for the particular dog or cat, and
Uh-huh.
you can discharge that dog or cat for the.
Yeah.
There is not even a single hospital in India where you can do this for cows.
Yeah. Because I remember I know exactly what you're saying. I used to have a dog in India, and when she fractured her leg, we had to admit her in Mumbai in Parel Hospital. I don't know if it's still there. It's a big, massive hospital. And one of my uncle, he still has this dairy farm, and when his cows or buffaloes, when they are having issues, they still have to be in that place. I mean, the vet will come and have a look at it or whatever, but they can never take her, even in the case of emergency. If she should really need that kind of attention, they cannot do it.
In that particular concern, there's something else as well. You see, whenever there is an issue of a cow having a problem,
Mm-hmm.
it's a huge difficult aspect for her to get transported to the hospital.
Right.
Right? Instead, the government should have mobile veterinary dispensaries where people can come and treat these particular animals.
Yeah.
You know that many of the hospitals, especially from my area, it's a highly urbanized place, but they don't even have a sling for lifting a cow.
Wow.
Right? So this is a really
Is it?
situation. So what happens is that we end up buying more such medical infrastructure for treating our cow,
Right.
which is very expensive.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And medical expenses of the cow is another huge challenge in which we face. Remember, it's not an easy challenge to actually treat or house or maintain
Uh-huh.
handicapped cows and the cows that are blind.
Right. Yeah, yeah. That's
It's a
difficult.
very difficult task.
So, do you have any like doctors or vets who step ahead, like step forward, and they try to volunteer or anything?
Not even one veterinary doctor. Not even one.
That is sad.
That is really sad. It's really sad because, as I told you, right? These people end up taking up veterinary sciences, for sheer chance, not by choice.
Right.
So I see a lack of passion.
Lack of, yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Not once, not that I have come across, but I've heard that there were such doctors, but not that we have come across. We must have handled at least about 30 to 40 veterinarians,
Uh-huh.
but not anywhere. No.
Wow. And I'll come back to the topic we were previously discussing. I really want to know your point of view. There's illegal smugglers. Obviously, they steal the cows and bulls for obvious reason is slaughtering. Because even in the place in the states where beef is banned, still the activities are going on. That is an open secret. It is nothing that no one knows about it, right? So, do they just smuggle it within the country, or they smuggle outside the country too?
There's a huge lobby which actually smuggles cows to Bangladesh.
Yeah, I heard about
There
that.
are, yeah, and many BSF jawans they get killed just for this.
Exactly. Yeah. Yeah.
It's really pathetic because the reason is that on an average they transport about 3 to 4 million cows in a year,
Uh-huh.
right? And one cow costs about 30 to 35,000 rupees. It's a lot of money,
Yeah.
right? So they don't bother. They just keep killing jawans. And sad part is that these so-called liberals, within inverted commas,
Yeah.
no speak of only about people getting killed for stealing cow,
Yeah.
and they don't speak about people who actually get killed for stopping the cow.
Stopping the cow. Exactly. Exactly. And that not only limited to the people who rescue, but also people like you mentioned, like BSF Jawans. These are the border security forces, and they get killed just because these people can. And so when people this left liberals they come out and talk about it's a religious issue. For what I look at it, it is not at all a religious issue. It is a crime. And all this lynching and killing of people who rescue them, or even the people like BSF people doing their job, it is just for money and had nothing to do with religion. And
It's pure finances. See, this is not something which is new, actually.
yeah.
Right? This country is an agrarian country. It is an agricultural country.
Mm-hmm.
Right? We were self-sufficient even before these industries came here.
Mm-hmm.
Right? And in this country, you know, think of a rural, typical Indian village.
Mm.
All right?
Mm.
People will beat up another person
Mm.
for three important reasons from what I see.
Mm.
One thing is for stealing their livestock, be it cows or goats or whatever it is.
Because that's their living.
That's a living, right? And second thing is stealing of their crops,
Okay.
right?
Yeah.
Stealing of their crops or the agricultural commodities.
Mm-hmm.
And third thing is the abduction of children.
Yeah.
These three are the only reasons why people will beat. They will not wait to go to a police or to file an FIR or to file a case in the court for actually smuggling a particular cow. They will, if they catch a thief, who's actually stealing a cow, they will actually beat the thief then and there.
Yeah, because they are going to go to police, and what police is going to do? I mean, the system, unfortunately to say, it is broke. The legal system is broke in India, and who is going to care about if someone is stealing your cow? They are not going to give any importance to that, and even if they give, even if they arrest, what is going to happen? They are going to get out, bribe and get out.
Yes. Now, the point which I want to say is that remember the Virat youth of Mahabharata.
Mm-hmm.
If you just see, the war has happened in most of the places for dharma,
Dharma, yeah.
alright,
Mm-hmm.
and for cattle.
Cattle, yeah.
The land was plenty. People were not bothered about land.
Mm-hmm.
Land was plenty,
Mm-hmm.
right? And that is exactly why when I think that Krishna asked for just 5 houses,
Mm.
and Duryodhana refused to share the part of Indraprastha.
Yeah.
Right? And why do you think the Virat Yuddha really happened? Virat Yuddha happened because
Mm.
the Duryodhana stole the cows of Virat Naresh.
Yeah. Exactly.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So even wars happen when your cows get stolen. Cows is considered as a property.
Mm-hmm.
She is a symbol of wealth.
Yes.
And people's wealth were judged based on the number of
Cattle they have. Uh-huh.
That's India.
Hmm.
That's India, that's typical rural India. The reason is that even when there is situations of famine or drought,
Mm-hmm.
if a person had a couple of cows in his backyard, he would somehow survive.
Yeah, that's true.
So somehow, pass through that particular drought or terrible situation.
Mm.
And remember something, cow is extremely important for agriculture. That's my point of view. The moment you remove cow from India's economy, you will have to eat poison in the name of food, which is precisely what we are doing.
Yeah. So let me ask you this: when we were talking about on this subject of illegal smuggling and atrocities, definitely police don't take cognizance in this one, and because I think all this the whole scenario created, especially in recent years. Oh, that Hindus are killing people because they eat beef, which is a completely wrong uh, perception that is our scenario, or rather, I would say, a propaganda that is created and run through the media. So, anyone who want to even relate with cows, they are kind of skeptical not to come out as a Gaurakshak or something. Um, so when this atrocity is such a big smuggling is taking place, such atrocities are taking on. Where are these human rights activists, and where is this media? Why they don't report on these issues?
Absolutely. Because they somehow identify cows with a religion and also cows with a political party.
Yeah,
Both of them are false, basically.
that is true.
See, Indians consider cows as their mother.
Yeah.
I would put it this way: Indians considered cows as holy, and they considered serving cows as quite auspicious.
Mm-hmm.
When I say Indians, if you just observe,
Mm-hmm.
Jains have the same outlook towards cows.
Yeah.
Buddhists have the same outlook towards all animals for that matter.
Mm-hmm.
Right? So the whole aspect is that is an Indian system because anyone sensible
Mm-hmm.
understand the connection between the cow and agriculture.
That's true.
So it has got nothing to do with religion and it has got nothing to do with a political party as such.
So this is interesting. Let me tell you one thing. I have a there is this entire neighborhood in Mumbai, which is predominantly, I'll name it as a Muslim neighborhood. Okay, so there a lot of people till today, their basic mode of income is dairy farming. Okay, and I happen to know one guy who owns a dairy farm, and he's a Muslim, and they do not eat beef because he said that is our mode of living, and we respect it. We respect cows. So this is something.
Now you actually struck on the right point. Now I feel that even the Muslims don't want to eat beef, but these liberals, so-called left liberals,
Uh-huh.
would actually make sure that listen, if you have to be a Muslim, you will have to.
You have to, yeah, that is much more of kind of image creation that is happening. And I had seen, I went to a Muslim college, by the way, so I had been around them for a while, and I'd seen them. I had spent a decent amount of time. So so this was the thing. I had seen someone, as you mentioned, they don't want it to eat, but however, certain people try to talk in certain way that saying, "Oh, okay, if you do not eat, that are you a Hindu?" It is much more of to be a Muslim, you have to do it. when we are talking on this issue, and you guys are located, the Dakshin Vrindavan is located in Kerala, right?
Yeah.
This is something I wanted to ask. My best friend is from Kerala. I mean, he was born and raised in Mumbai, and the families that I was raised with, are from Kerala, but they settled in Mumbai like 20, 30 years back. So I know about a little bit about the culture over there. Um, why it is so common for Hindus eating beef in Kerala? Comparatively, I'm not saying Hindus in other parts do not. There might be, there are, but comparatively, it is much more okay or prevalent for Hindus to eat beef. I mean, I had seen there are very, very religious people over there, 100% agreed. But there are, I have a colleague over here in US. She is a Hindu and she's a practicing Hindu, goes to temple and everything. But she eat beef commonly. I mean, I don't understand why is this culture.
Let me tell you something. This aspect of a few of the Hindus eating Kerala and beef in Kerala is quite recent. I'll tell you why. When the Portuguese came to Kerala for their trade and their other factories and everything, I happened to see a contract signed by the Maharaja of Cochin and the Portuguese. And the
Okay.
Maharaja kept
Huh.
just one condition that you should not slaughter cows in this particular land.
Okay.
Yeah. So what I feel is that, so which means that they have that particular culture of not eating cow as recently as about 100 years back. And now this whole aspect of Hindus even eating beef over here, I attribute this to the brainwashing techniques of the left liberals.
And it has something to do with widespread communism in Kerala.
I think so. I think so. But recently, I'm seeing a surge. I'm seeing people who are actually eating beef are giving it up and going back to their roots. I'm
Yeah.
seeing it quite common here.
Because that is very shocking and sad for me because Kerala has such a deep roots with Hinduism and Vedas. I mean, Kerala has such a deep connection with Vedas, you know,
Yes.
and it is the land of Vedas, I would call, and it has such a deep connection.
And the legend, sorry to interrupt,
No problem.
the legend goes that Kerala was created by Parashurama.
Hmm.
Parshuram, the legend of Kerala is something like this. Kerala, not just the Kerala, the legend of the land between Gokarna in Karnataka and Kanyakumari in the south, Tamil Nadu. The whole bit of land towards the western coast,
Hmm.
the land was created by Parashurama for the growth of Vedas.
Okay.
Right? That's the legend of creation of the land of Kerala. Right? And now this land created by Parashurama is actually abusing cows. It's an irony.
Yeah, that is very sad because as far as I have knowledge on Hinduism, I see southern India and especially Kerala being so connected to Hinduism, deep roots.
Yes.
And it is sad to see this is happening in southern India. It's very prevalent.
Yes. Yes. I think the reason is very simple. It's just because of the communist brainwashing that's
Right,
happening here.
right,
But
right.
thankfully now I'm seeing people are going like this.
Which is good, which is really good. And by talking on this issue, I'd like to know a little bit more about. We talked about media is being biased and is not giving any heed towards these kind of issues, like especially when it's illegal slaughtering and smuggling and all this kind of thing, which in turn the smuggling money is used against India a lot of times, especially during in the bordering states. Which I had heard the smuggling used to happen very heavily on the western border, which is like in Pakistan, which used to. But now because of a lot of our security forces has very tightened up over there, it has reduced and it has more increased towards the eastern border where we do not have that heavy presence of our army.
Yes, you're right.
So a lot of time when this money goes to these countries, in turn, there are several different things like, madrasas who radicalize teachings and preachings. They are funded, and there are a lot of other things. I mean, recently there was this madrasa in Haryana which was raided, which was running from terrorist organizations' money. So, what, as far as I know, like these smugglers are related to some of the organization. The money is in turn used against India a lot of times. So, why this media? And that is one. And two, when like Hindus are killed, the Gaurakshak, when they go to rescue cows. Recently, during the Eid time, two sadhus were in UP were killed. I don't know if you heard about that. Yeah. So what can be done so that media should start raising these issues and and get rid of this fake propaganda that Hindus are doing based on religion, which is completely the fake propaganda that is made by some political parties and some liberals and media. What can be done so the media start paying attention to this and like bringing up these issues and taking it seriously so people can understand, well, this is a serious matter.
So I'm afraid there is nothing that we can do or do something to the media. From what I know, most of the media houses have been sold out,
True.
and they run an agenda.
Hmm.
Right. So even if there is no issue, let me give you an example. Even if a person dies a natural death, and accidentally if he had consumed beef, the day before it or something, these media houses will are gonna show. Are gonna portray the whole death as if a lynching, as it is a lynching.
Hmm.
Right. So
Yeah.
from what I know is that most of the media houses in India, barring one or two, are sold out.
Right.
So I don't think there's nothing that we can do to the media. But the only thing which we can do is to increase this cow culture,
Hmm.
all right, and spread it pan wide, regardless of caste, creed, or whatever it is,
Right.
religion, right.
Exactly.
This is the only thing which I think we can do to actually spread awareness about protecting the cow and the cow's animals. It's
Great.
very simple, right? Everyone is looking for love. Everyone is looking for happiness.
Uh-huh.
And it's very evident. If someone actually spends at least 10 to 15 minutes in our Goshala with the cows of Dakshin Vrindavan,
Uh-huh.
they'll definitely feel the particular love.
True.
And I have
True.
visitors who come every month driving 600 kilometers just to feel this love.
Yeah.
Because the cows, remember something, like I have always been keep saying this, the cows are highly auspicious animals and they spread out tremendous amount of peace and tranquility.
Yeah, and it feels the emotion. It is a very emotional animal.
Yes, it's a very emotional animal. And, people say, okay, you Hindus consider her as a mother because she gives milk. No, we don't consider her as a mother because she's giving milk. There's another reason for it.
Hmm.
The reason is that, can you just show me at least one human which actually is sparing her breast milk to another human baby? It might happen. But then you will never be able to show me a human who actually shares her breast milk to another animal and then another species altogether.
Right.
But the cow exactly does that in a commercial dairy farm or any house for that matter.
That is true.
Right? In a house or in a particular house where they have cows, Indians used to have cows before in their houses. And when they had cows, what they do is that she knows very clearly that all of her milk is not going to have calf. And most of the milk is actually going to be consumed by the people who actually maintains her.
Mm-hmm.
In spite of knowing that, she happily gives her milk to a totally different species, that is humans. This quality is something which is even absent in humans. And
True.
that is exactly why we put ourselves above, we put cows above humans. That's a power. Needless to say, a well taken care cow, right? I'm not talking about the cows who eat trash or garbage in the streets. A well taken care cow, her cow dung never smells bad at all.
Yeah.
Indians have smeared her cow dungs in the walls and the floorings.
Yeah, that's true. And I have personally seen that. Yeah.
Human considers human as the topmost layer in the development chain or food chain or whatever it is. But you know what? You can't even go to a place where human excretia is there. You can't even step 10 feet near that.
Right, right.
Right? And imagine what will be the situation when we have 160 plus cows in the small area in Dakshin Vrindavan.
Yeah.
We'll never have that bad smell. The reason is that the cow's cow dung is considered extremely poor. There's a saying that Gomaye Vaste Lakshmi.
Mm-hmm.
This dharma of India, Bharatwaj, have been comparing the residence place of wealth
Mm-hmm.
in an excretia of an animal. You can imagine how great the animal is.
Right.
So they considered the excretia, I mean the Lakshmi to be residing in the excretia. The reason is very simple. Any sensible person can make out. Because only with this cow dung, he can have actually a proper agriculture and he can have grains.
Yeah.
And then where we have wealth.
And also, there are so many medicinal values in Gomutra.
Yeah, yeah. Absolutely, absolutely. That's one of the most important ingredients for various Ayurvedic medicines.
Yeah. And also, it is surprising to me. Recently, I came to know even in the West, it is used in like a allopathic medicine. So this is something people are not aware in India when people talk, and there is a lack of awareness, I guess, and it is just made this miser thought that it is just because the Hindus respect it, so you cannot eat beef, you're stopped from eating beef, they are killing you. So this is the entire fake propaganda that is created. People who are listening to us just need to know, which is completely wrong and false propaganda. So, Ashin, do you have any closing remarks? Do you want to say something to our listeners?
But there is something that I have to say that I want all people to get connected with the cows.
Mm-hmm.
She's an extremely gentle creature. She has two important qualities which no one else has.
Mm.
One is upakari, which means that she always serves others.
Mm.
Alright? And second thing is that nirupadravakari, which means that she never harms anyone.
Mm.
These two qualities is something which we see in cows, and I want the listeners to actually get connected to cows
Mm.
and to re-establish the relationship with humans had with cows.
Mm.
And you know what? If someone is actually connected with cows, he's automatically getting connected with Krishna.
True.
Because he is being worshipped by millions of Hindus.
Mm.
But you know whom Krishna worships? Krishna worships
Cows. Yeah.
So we are actually considering cow as a worship. When Krishna considered cows as a worshipful object, and the moment you think of Krishna, I'm not sure if you associate it with the Radha or Rukmani or anyone else, but you cannot separate Krishna with cows.
Cows.
It is impossible.
Very true.
So this relationship with Krishna and cows, I want people to understand, and I want people to get connected with cows, and somehow or the other. That's my message.
Sure. To the listeners again, I would request you to step forward and donate as per your capability and contribute to Dakshin Vrindavan. Ashwin, thank you very much for joining.